All right. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Hina Crypto. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I've got my friend, Adam Shelton. He's not a financial advisor. He's not giving financial advice, but I'm going to bring him onto the stream because we want to hear from the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Adam Shelton. What's going on, my brother?
What's going on? Happy to be here. What's going on? How are you doing today?
Hey, listen, I know it's a dark day. I know it's a difficult day. I want to be very sensitive to that. But as it relates to my life and who I am, spiritually, emotionally, every day is a great day by decision and by design, regardless of how red and how dark things are, my friend.
Absolutely. I mean, you always can find something positive in this whole situation, even though it's hard to see it. But if you get deeper and deeper into this, there are a lot of positivity around us right now.
I'm excited to get into it. First of all, I just want to honor you and thank you so much for coming on to my channel, my platform. It is such an honor to have you on. Everybody watching on Twitter, do me a favor, retweet this live stream video. And do me a favor if you're on YouTube, like, follow, subscribe. And y'all need to go follow Adam Shelton. Y'all need to go ahead and subscribe to his channel on YouTube. This man is a myth, a legend. I'll tell you a little story. When I first got started making videos, Adam was one of those guys that reached out to me, sent me a message. Hey, man, keep being you. I'm encouraged by what I see. You got such a bright – I actually distinctly remember you saying, bro, you're going to blow up like crazy. And this is just the beginning for you in your journey. And this is like months ago. And, man, I don't forget those words. I never do. So thank you for believing in me so early on, my friend.
Sure, man. I saw it from the beginning. I mean, some people have that it quality that they can connect to others. They have a way of words. They have a way of impacting. And you had all that from the beginning. And absolutely. And look what's happening now.
It's crazy. It's so crazy. Just the beginning. And I'm excited. So thank you so much for being here. We're going to talk crypto. We're going to talk about Ukraine, Russia, world events. Things are in the red. Things are going nuts out there right now. But before we get into that, I want to talk about your challenge. Not mine. Your challenge, Adam. You are leading $1 million challenge. Can you talk a little bit about that, my friend?
Yes, man. I was inspired. I sat back there and I watched. I'm like, you know what? This will be a great idea to take it to 1 million. Since he's doing 100 million, let me take it to 1 million. So I sat there and I thought about, okay, what projects should this be on? And so I started with 1 or 2. And then what happened was 1 or 2 start gifting. Because they start gifting. And so it blew up to right now, I think it's 25,000 from 10,000. I put in a little bit over $10,000 in there, just a little bit over. The rest of it was just gifts. And so now it's up to 25,000. We're going to go for 1 million in 365 days, tracking it, videos, updates, and good content for those projects. I feel good about them and excited to do it. And then from there I had another idea. I kept thinking all these ideas I've been seeing all this SHIB this, SHIB that. So I took 5 SHIB projects: Shibnobi, Shiba, Shibtama, Shibtoro. I put them all in a wallet, $500 each. Once again, it's no financial advice. $500 each, and we'll just see what happens by the end of the year.
I love it. I love your challenges.
Shipfecta.
Oh man, I love it. I love the branding around that. It's so brilliant. This is crazy. This is crazy. We find ourselves because you doing $1 million challenge, me doing what I'm doing. You have your good days. Things are green. Yesterday my wallet was up. Everything is great, and then you wake up to what happened today. Russia invading Ukraine officially. Talk to me about the moment you found out. Was it late last night? Was it this morning? How did the news hit you? Where were you? What were you doing? And how did it feel?
It happened last night. I was eating dinner. I was sitting at the table eating dinner. And then I got a news update on my phone. And I looked at my wife. I was like, man, what is this? And then she looked at it and she's like, this is something serious. So we looked into it more. And we watched what was happening. And I was like, okay, this is a time that we need to reflect. We need to pray. We need to be able to do whatever we need to do to help out. If it's people we need to help out, do we need to go ahead and donate something? And so we were willing from the spot to go ahead and do what we have to do to make things better. And it actually made me appreciate our situation as well, just by living and just by being here today to have an opportunity just to being alive. Because if we were in that situation, actually, what would you feel like if you were literally in that situation? And we're at a far, obviously, this does impact us in different ways, but it really made me appreciate the little things, man. Red days on crypto, it's kind of a backseat from there, but understanding that a red day is going to turn to green at some point. At some point, it's going to happen. So it made me reflect things and made me appreciate the little things.
I love the perspective. I love the positivity. Adam, I want to ask, how did you even get involved in crypto? When did you get started?
Oh man, it was kind of more of a blessing, man. Someone told me about Bitcoin a couple of years ago. He said, buy Bitcoin. So I bought Bitcoin and I didn't know much about it. I got it on Coinbase wallet or Coinbase.com at the time. And I bought it and forgot about it. Put like $500 in. I checked it a couple of months later. It was a profit. And I'm like, whoa, this is actually higher than my stock portfolio by, investing. So I'm like, okay. So I did it again. So I took Ethereum and I bought the Ethereum. I waited a few months. Another profit happened. I'm like, so this is 2 for 2. And I didn't know much about Bitcoin and Ethereum at that time. And then months later, we went to the pandemic, right? And then all we had was time. And so I was always doing videos on my channel about growing your YouTube channel, growing yourself. And then my subscribers kept asking me about Bitcoin, crypto. And so I started doing videos on them. And then I remember watching Europop and some other people talking about Shiba. So then I started talking about them. So I actually accidentally fell into something that I didn't know much about. And then people wanted to know. So I started to get into it. And then here we are.
Wow. Wow. That's unbelievable. So talk to me about, the last 2 years have been insane for crypto. Not financial advice, nothing like that here, just entertainment purposes only. But like 2020 was 2020. Crazy year. March 2020 happened. The market crashed, similar to what we saw today. The world's changing right before our eyes. Everyone's eyes are glued to a screen. And then we see a bull run of bull runs all during 2020, going into 2021. I want to ask you what your thoughts were and how you processed crypto between March of 2020, so that crisis, all the way till, let's just say, up until yesterday.
Man, it was very volatile, a ride, literally a roller coaster ride, because you see things going up and down. Like, it's really a mindset. I like what your pop was talking about. It's really kind of a psychology way how you impact it. This space could be rewarding, but this space can be very, very daunting to an average person. That's why we need more education. That's why these challenges, it's good to educate, not financial advice, but it's showing, okay, these are the ones I'm doing every day. This is the research I'm doing. These are the people I'm talking to involved in there. So the education piece has to be there along with some entertainment, because it is entertainment too, of course. But it's very volatile, the big swings. But then it's a mindset, understanding when to take profit, when not to take profit, when to invest, when not to invest. So it's more of a learning experience. I think a lot of it was just learning. All of it is like, man, what should we do? Because it was all new. Like, this is very, very volatile. But I had some fun along the way. I made mistakes along the way. And it was a learning experience where you can share and people see it, obviously, because we're on the platform. But I think what happened was it got people to really not only appreciate what they have, but also educate them in terms of what they need to do next. And I think some people still new people are coming in. And we only have a point percentage of people that even know about crypto. Like, it's so many people. Like, I do this ride along show where I drive around. Literally, I go to drive through and I talk crypto. None of them even heard of, either they ain't heard of it or they don't have it. So last night on my ride along show, I went to McDonald's, ordered some fries, good fries with the little salt on top of there. Oh my goodness, barbecue sauce. I was sitting there dancing in the car. Subscribers are like, man, well, I want some too. But then nobody in McDonald's knew about Bitcoin. Nobody. They're like, yeah, man, I heard about it, but I don't have it. And I'm like, wow, McDonald's, Bitcoin, crypto. And that lets me know we're very early. What it also taught me we're early too. Not only is volatile and things like that, it lets me know we're very early in this space and we got a long way to go.
100%. What's interesting about the McDonald's thing? It won't be long before McDonald's says we will accept Bitcoin and Ethereum. And the executives and the corporation itself will know more about and accept and embrace crypto faster than the employees who could actually benefit financially. Oh man, it's so crazy how early we are.
Right, right. And one of my projects that I got in here is called Devourers Restaurants, where they want to bring in crypto NFTs to the restaurant space. And they're the only project that's reaching out to restaurants. That's why I was a big fan of Devourers Restaurants. And I'm not really trying to shout them out, but I had some conversations with them and their docs and everything. And so I'm like, I think this would be a really good thing because they want to bring the whole crypto to restaurants. I thought that was brilliant because it's needed. It's so needed. And no one's doing it.
It's true,
no
one's
doing it.
It's true. We need crypto in every nook and cranny, every crack and crevice of society. And honestly, it's really just a matter of time. I wanted to ask you, Adam, we talked about crypto up until yesterday, right? 2020, what a year, right? We got the pandemic. We're all watching the news, protests, all kinds of stuff on our screens during that summer, politics, strife, sure. January 6th, Capitol riots and stuff, and insurrection. And we just keep getting hit with wave after wave after wave of macro events, world events. And I wasn't paying attention last night. So I went to bed after putting my beautiful babies down, woke up this morning to the news. Russia invades Ukraine, not unexpected, but it hit hard. So how do you process, when it's COVID in March of 2020, when it's dark days, red days, crazy days in crypto, how do you process these world events as it relates to your portfolio and how you process this?
What I try to do is, when it comes to the portfolio, it is a mindset. And I try to do is, okay, so I'm more of a long-term holder. So these shortcomings doesn't bother me as much. So I think somebody who maybe approaches more short-term, it can affect them differently. For me, I'm more long-term. So I'm looking at this is temporarily. I have a positive attitude by this. I do a lot of things in terms of helping my mind, in terms of eating right, exercising, spending time with family, even though at times it can be challenging. But, for me, in terms of crypto, it's long-term. So for me, I'm like, it doesn't affect me as much in terms of the small swings of the red days and this and that, because it's part of the process. And I think it's understanding the process. I think I tweeted this out. I'm obsessed with the process because I understand you're going to have days like this. I've already accepted it. So to answer your question, I've already accepted it. I accept that you're going to have days like this. I just accepted it. And it's hard to accept that because I think people look at, oh, I'm down. You only down unless you sell. Like when you sell, then that's it.
Right.
But if it's down right now, you're just down, but that means you haven't lost any money, technically. So I looked at it this way. I'm more long-term, so I approach it a little bit differently. And also I understand that, hey, it's part of the process.
Right. Absolutely. I love your perspective. And for those of you that don't know, President Biden is speaking right now. I just got a tweet alert saying that he is imposing sanction after sanction after sanction against Russia, their banks, the world is trying to punish Putin for what's happening. And
Absolutely.
Crypto is responding. The markets are responding. I was at 1.6 million. I was at 1.6 million last night in my wallet, or not last night, yesterday morning. And woke up this morning, it was all the way down to 1,050,000. Now I'm at 1.38. So just in, let me see if I can show the receipt. But just in, let me see if I get that camera to focus.
It's a little out of focus. There it is.
Yep, 1 million.
So start to rebound some.
Hold on, let me see if I can. Yeah, I was at 1,050,000 this morning. And that's the volatility of crypto for you. That's how crazy this whole thing is. And I think that discipline, I think staying positive, I think staying encouraging, staying lifted up the way you're talking about, keeping those positive things in you and around you is the key to holding it steady. Regardless of your days. So Adam, I want to ask you if there's someone watching and they had what happened to me happen to them. They were up at the all-time high yesterday, crashed, all the way back down, lost, 600 grand in a day, before recovering back up. And it's a roller coaster. What would you say to the person who's wrestling with the roller coaster of crypto?
Try to not take it so personal. Understanding that crypto at this time is very volatile. Try not to take it so personal. take advantage of the opportunity. If there's a dip, not financial advice, you can go ahead and make some decisions on that. That improves your dollar cost average. That you hear that a lot. So if it's down and if you got a little bit extra, then you can make a decision based on what you feel. And then once it does rebound up, it's even higher than you really started with. It's just understanding the perspective of it. It's sometimes you may need to just let it go. Okay, let me get away from it for a while. Step back, go do something, take a walk, go spend time with family, things like that. Maybe step back. A lot of time we sit there and be looking at the charts all day. That's
that ain't healthy.
I understand. I definitely understand. Like, dang, man, these charts are down right now. And then you start looking on Twitter and YouTube and Instagram just to find some inspiration. But a lot of times you probably just need to just step back and go do something else, get your mind off from it, and then come back to it later with a fresh mind and fresh point of view with it. Because if you're sitting all there, you can start making some not good decisions. I love what your pop says about what he was talking about the emotional side of it. The emotional. You're sitting there and your wallet, you're like, I may need to sell right now. It's already dead. Yeah, exactly, man. We've all been there. I have been there where you literally sitting here and it's down and you have your thumb on the trigger to sell, and that's it. You're selling it. And then when you do it, you're like, damn, should I have done it? I mean, or I don't know. It depends on how you feel about it, but it's the emotional side of this thing. It's the crypto emotional roller coaster. And because you're afraid, a lot of fear. Like you're thinking, man, I'm losing money. Let me just get out and get to whatever I have left. But it's not necessarily all about that, man. It's having a strategy, having a plan, having a positive attitude, knowing when to get in, get out, knowing when to step out of the whole thing. Listen, I'm done for the rest of the day. I'll come back tomorrow morning with a fresh attitude. So it's kind of all those things, but we learn as we go because you may not be used to these swings. But I would tell people, try to take your emotionals out of it. Try. I know it's hard to say that.
I love it, though. I think it's needed. I think it's something that, we got to engage in. When things are high, okay, cool. When things are low, hey, it is what it is. Crypto, we just want to stay steady. So I love it, Adam.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I wanted to ask you, what are your thoughts about the future? Future of crypto? We got this crazy war happening right now. Are things going to get worse? Are things going to get better? How should I look at crypto? How should I consider these things? Like, how should I process these events for the average person?
I think they're going to get better. Right now, we're in a situation where we have to band together, appreciate things, have to wait to see what happens with the sanctions and the future of crypto. But I think crypto is here to stay. That's just my opinion. I think it's here to stay. I think more businesses are going to adopt it. They already have. Some already are using crypto as an advantage to help customers, help grow their businesses. I think it's just not crypto. It's the NFT part of it that is really blowing up already, as you know. And then the whole metaverse thing is already being tested. I think we're a little early on some people to really dive into it, but this is the time to really kind of do your research. This is the time to do your research on it. And what I do also every month, I pick a project and buy it 15 straight days. That's something I do as well. So Decentraland was February's challenge. So what happens is, and I do it on my channel. Hey, I'm a 15-day strategy. So I bought 15 days of Decentraland. I'm going to hide that thing for a year. I ain't touching that thing. I'm staking it. I'm hiding it for a year. Now, not financial advice. It's just something I did research and I'm sharing what I'm doing. But
right.
Decentraland and a few other ones. Each month I take one. I'm like, I think this is going to do very well. I'm just going to buy it every day, track it, show people how to do it, and hang it up. But going back to your answer of crypto, it's here to stay. Like it or not, it's going to happen. They're going to find ways of making it happen, even if the U.S. don't adopt it, which I think they will, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I think they will. I think they got to figure out what they want to do with it. Right. But once they figure that out, I think it's going to be fine. And I think more people are going to know about it. And we're early in this process. You can really benefit. Oh, my gosh. This is so many. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Like, think about Apollo N. You just got started, man.
Woo! Hey, talk about it.
I done some research on Apollo N. I'm impressed. The Trello app and the whole accountability and some of the production and getting on a listing the other day, even something like that. And there's a couple of those Apollo NUs out there. Oh my God, guys. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. It's just, this is the greatest time to be alive.
I love it, and I'm excited. I'm very sorry, obviously, and mournful about what's happening on the earth. But
Right.
for
Right.
those of us in the West, it's an unprecedented time. I bought the dip, put 45 ETH into Engine. I've already got a lot of Apollo, so just no need to add to my position there because I went ham on that one, and it's the only thing honestly carrying the entire portfolio right now anyway. Because my Saitama's down, Engine's down a little, Ethereum's up a little bit since I bought it, but
Yeah.
Apollo's carrying its weight right now, about to crack 1.4. But at the end of the day, y'all, I'm on the hunt for the next 1000x. I know you're 100xing, Adam. I love your challenge. I'm trying to 100x just like you. And which, by the way, you're crushing it. I mean, you're up 250%. I'm only up, well, now I'm only up 40%. At the height, I was at 60%. But it's crazy because, like, I'm on the hunt. I think that every year there's a Shiba Inu. SHIB launched in 2020, hit a multi-billion market cap. Saitama launched last May, hit a multi-billion market cap. There's always a coin that does a 100, 1,000, 10,000x. And I'm always on the hunt for it. So I know you're always on the hunt for it.
Yep.
And I love watching your content, helping people understand how you process and how you do what you do. And then I love to learn and take notes for myself. So I just can't thank you enough for your work and your contribution. Any final thoughts, any final words that you would give to maybe those of us who, are either wrestling with days like today or trying to decide if they should buy the dip or not, or just some final parting thoughts on anything, really?
Yeah, I would say if we're just talking about crypto, is just take it slow. I mean, do your research. Take it slow. There's a lot out there. There's a lot of good. There's a lot of bad. Take it slow. Research projects. Ask the right questions. What's good thing about some of these projects, they all have Telegram groups, so you can go in there and join. You can ask questions in there. Some of these groups have 24/7 chats, so you can actually listen. But that's a way of doing your research. I'm not saying that is the deciding factor. But if I can go in there and really kind of get some information, that may help me make a decision. Understanding it's volatile, so you can be ups and downs. So understand that's going to happen. Two is that you're very early. So the project you may chose, it may not have elevated yet. It just got started, or they're going through a tough time, or they're going through a time right now. Right now, a lot of projects are down because of the whole news situation. But to me, I think that's temporarily. That's just my opinion. I think it's temporarily. It will rebound like it always does. People fear and sell and do up that. And I understand. It's scary. I ain't doing it right now. I ain't doing it. I'm looking to add to my position. That's just me.
That's diamond hands, baby. Woo!
Yes, absolutely. Have some fun with the guys and don't take it so personal. Take the emotion out of it, man. This is also entertainment. It's fun. It can be fun. It can be educational. It can be a learning experience. Try to take your emotional out of it and just understanding there is another day.
That's right. I love it. I love it, Adam. Hey, Adam, where can we follow you? What's your handle on Twitter?
Channel on Twitter is Adam E. Shelton.
Right.
In there.
Adam E. Shelton. That's right. Yep.
Adam E. Shelton. And then on my YouTube channel as well. You just type in Adam Shelton. It's pretty simple.
The way I found you was Adam Shelton Crypto on YouTube, and it's pretty easy to follow you and find you. You have over 40,000 incredible subscribers on YouTube. So everybody go subscribe. Yeah. Everybody go follow Adam on Twitter. Just an incredible human being full of light. Yes. And Adam, I can't thank you enough for being on with me today. Just such an encouragement. I appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you, and I appreciate what you're doing. We got to do this again, man. I want to come back and do an update. We both can do an update.
I would love to.
Happening? Like, hey, I'm at, $2 million now. Hey, you know what I mean?
Hey. Let's do it. Let's do it. I can't wait to do it. I'll be messaging you. Can't wait to have you back on and do an update, my friend.
All right, man. I'll see you later.
Have a great day, sir. And thank y'all so much for being with us today. Thank y'all for subscribing, liking, following, retweeting for those of you on Twitter. And for those of you on YouTube, liking, subscribing, and hitting the bell. I hope y'all have a blessed day. I know it's dark. It's a tough day, but let's keep going and let's keep growing.